Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Mindy Banks. I'm the Flip-Flop Chef, and today I'm going to show you how to make sauces and jams using Pampered Chef's Deluxe Cooking Blender. You guys are going to love this. If you've never seen it before, your mind is going to be blown. I've got some things that I've made ahead of time, but I want to show you first how to make homemade jam and jelly in the Deluxe Cooking Blender. So Pampered Chef's Deluxe Cooking Blender is a smart blender. It has pre-programmed settings, so all you have to do is select what you're making, press the start button, and follow the instructions on the display here. So to go over the pre-programmed settings that we have a smoothie setting, which is a 1-minute cycle that will make perfect smoothies every single time. We have alternative milk settings, which will allow you to make your own homemade nut milks, coconut milk, rice milk, any alternative milk that you like to make. You can do it right here in the cooking blender. It's about a 5-minute cycle, and when it's done, you strain the milk through this straining bag so that you can discard the rice or the pulp or the coconut, whatever it is, the kind of milk that you're making, you can discard the pulp when you're done. You do get the straining bag with your blender. You also get a tamper. So the tamper is used to make like nut butters, or if you're needing to grind something up, you can kind of push it into the blades, and this fits right through the cap on the top of the blender lid. I hope that you guys will drop me some comments below. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you're watching live or if you're watching the replay. But I'm going to show you guys how to make strawberry jelly using Pampered Chef's Deluxe Cooking Blender. And then I'm going to tell you about some of the sauces that I've made ahead of time. So I'm starting off with 1 pound of fresh strawberries. So this is the perfect time of year for us to be making any kind of jam or jelly using fresh berries. So I'm just gonna cut the tops off of these strawberries and cut them in half. So really quick, really easy, throw them in the blender. And all I have to do once I have all these strawberries in the blender is add in some pectin, which you can get at your grocery store, you can get it at Target, Amazon, anywhere that you might want to buy your groceries, you're gonna be able to probably get it there. I will tell you, Aldi does not sell the pectin. So I usually get mine at Target, and it's really easy for me to find there. So we're just slicing these strawberries. Whoops, taking the stems off, cutting these in half. While I'm doing this, I want to let you know that the recipe for this blender jam or jelly, depending on what you're going to be making, is found in the cooking guide that comes with the Deluxe Cooking Blender. So when you purchase the blender from Pampered Chef, you're going to get a cooking guide that shows you how to make every single thing that's listed on this pre-programmed setting. So we talked about the smoothie setting, we talked about the alternative milk setting. There's a grind setting that you can use to make your nut butter and use the tamper that I just showed you guys. We also have the soup setting. So if you like to make homemade soups, that's a really great option for you, and it just really takes the thought process out of cooking. And the really cool thing is the blender does all of the stirring for you. So once you see this in action, you're going to be blown away. So the jam and the sauce setting are actually patent pending settings from Pampered Chef. So you're not going to be able to do these exact same things with another blender on the market, because these are exclusive to Pampered Chef, which I love that about so many of our products. We have so many exclusive features. Just a few more strawberries here. We also have a heated puree setting. So if you guys like to make heated purees to hide in your recipe so your family doesn't know what they're eating, that's a great option. Or it's also great for making baby food. So if you have a baby at home and you want to make your own homemade baby food, I highly recommend using the blender for that. There are so many leaves that are stuck on here after I rinse these off. All right, so I'm gonna toss these in the trash. We've got 1 pound of strawberries. I rinsed them in the stainless steel mesh colander, the small one, and I love that it fits right into our glass mixing bowl there. You only need 3 ingredients to make this jelly. So this is the most popular in my house. I just realized there's another little stem in there. We're gonna take, my hair is getting all in my face today. We're gonna take 1 pound of strawberries, and we're gonna do 2.5 tablespoons of this Real Fruit Classic Pectin. I'll zoom in so you guys can see this up close. So this is what I buy. Like I said, I get it at Target. You can get it at the grocery store and on Amazon as well. So we're gonna do 2 tablespoons, and I love that our measuring spoon set actually comes with a half tablespoon measurement. So 2.5 tablespoons of pectin, and I'm going to just add this over to our blender. It plugs right in. So it is a smart blender, so it plugs into the base, so you don't want to put the blender container submerged in water. It does have a heated wash cycle, so you can actually wash this right on the blender base. You don't have to wash it by hand. I'm going to turn this to the jam setting, and well, I had to lean over to make sure I was in the right place. So 220 degrees is what this is going to cook to. So I want you to watch what happens for a second. So what's happening is it's heating up. So when it's not blending, it's heating. So that's a really cool thing about our blender is it's doing the cooking, it's also doing the stirring, and it's doing the blending. So I'm gonna let you watch this one more time. All right, I'm gonna pause this just for the sake of the noise. When this is done with this first stage or the first part of the cycle, it's gonna beep and it's gonna tell you on the display right here, it will have the word add. At that point, I'm gonna pour in 3 cups of sugar and put the lid back on the blender, press the start button again so that it can finish the cycle of making the jam and jelly. At that point, the jam and the jelly will be done, depending on what you're making, jam or jelly here. Pour it into a container. I use the leak-proof storage containers from Pampered Chef. I love those. You could also use our prep bowls here, or if you have any kind of storage container for your refrigerator, you could use that as well. So that's all you need for making your blender jams and jellies. You do get this cooking guide that has all of the details about every pre-programmed setting that I already talked to you guys about, but I want to show you just some of the things that I make at our house so that you can see things that you could do in your house to save money and also to know exactly what's going into your food. So you're not adding in lots of preservatives when you're making food yourself. So I have 4 different things here. So the first one, this is frozen. I took this right out of my freezer. I like to make homemade pizza sauce. So I'll tell you, I like making pizza sauce because I know what ingredients go in there. But if you guys know me, you know I shop at Aldi, and my Aldi does not sell pizza sauce. And so I don't want to go to another store just to get pizza sauce. And so I have come to make a lot of things myself if it's one of those few things that I can't get at Aldi. So this is something I can't buy at Aldi, so I make it myself, and it's in the freezer ready to go, and it's really easy to defrost. You can pop this in the microwave. I usually do like a minute in the microwave, and then I pop it on the stovetop just to finish it up and reheat it before I use it. So that's the pizza sauce, and that's in one of our little freezer prep bowls. Next up, I have caramel. So, whoops, I almost poured it out. This is homemade caramel. Let me zoom in so you guys can see this too. This is Keith's favorite sauce that I make in the blender. He uses the jelly too, but the caramel sauce is so quick and so easy, and he says it's the best caramel he's ever had. So you gotta make sure you make that. That's a very small portion. It makes about 3 cups. So just keep in mind you're going to get a lot bigger portion of caramel. And this is homemade lemon curd. This recipe is also in my recipe group. If you're not a member there, I would love to see you join. You can find it at theflipflopchef.com. The recipe for the pizza sauce, the caramel, the lemon curd, and then last but not least, I have homemade ketchup. So depending on when you're watching this video, I'm filming this in at the end of April in 2021, and there's currently a ketchup shortage. And so why not make our own ketchup, right? So I wanted to just share a few different things that you can make with your Pampered Chef Deluxe cooking blender. When I'm off camera, I'm gonna just go ahead and press start, finish making the jam and jelly, and let it cool, and then put it in the refrigerator. I do use this long skinny scraper here to take to make sure I get all of that jelly outside of the blender container before I put the water in and the soap for a heated wash cycle. So there you go. Blender, jams, jellies, and sauces. Hope you guys had a good time today. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you next time.